Hey everyone, today I'll be reviewing my new 4.0 Reimagined MOC THORNRAX.
Here's what THORNRAX's actual set looked like.
He's comprised of about 200 pieces and he took me about 2 hours to build. This MOC is pretty true to the actual THORNRAX set. Unfortunately, there are some color differences on my MOC, like right here that there would have been a little bit more of that light blue color, but I don't really have many techniques with that light blue shade, and so all I could do to represent that is just use two of these little CCBS pieces in blue to represent the actual blue on THORNRAX. Besides that, all the colors are pretty true. I used maybe a little bit too much orange on this MOC, but I've always liked the Hero Factory orange color, and so I kind of use it a lot whenever I can. I believe I used 7 of these orange wires across the body, which that's a lot. I got the majority of those from Rotor. Before the review progresses any farther, I better go ahead and do a size comparison. I'll go ahead and put Jimmy right here beside him. He's a little bit taller, as you can see, like the tip of his wing is about parallel with Jimmy's head, but I don't really count the wings in his height. I count like the top of his back right there. Now I'll put Core Hunter in the mix, and as you can see, Core Hunter's about an inch taller than Jimmy. So there's THORNRAX up against two decently average sized 4.0 Reimagined MOCs, and so I'd say he's about below average in the height department. Jimmy is basically exactly average, at least when it comes to heroes, and so that means THORNRAX is pretty short. And Core Hunter is pretty much average for the villains, and so when THORNRAX is compared to the villains, he'll be especially small. Now we can go ahead and get into the actual detailed review where I'll be showing him up close to the camera. I built THORNRAX just like I do most of my MOCs, where I build the body first and then the limbs last. And the reason I do that is just because I want to make sure the limbs fit how big the body is, or perhaps how small it is, just depending on the MOC. And so I want to make sure that the limbs fit the design of the build. All of his limbs look pretty good and kind of like they would fit a mechanical bug. I really like the design of his stinger. I just like these two Bionicle armor plate pieces. I'm very glad that they make those in orange because they're semi-rare for Bionicle armor plates, and so I'm just glad I have a set that has multiple of those in orange. I like the use of Rotor's jet piece right there to connect the stinger. Now, I believe THORNRAX's stinger was actually a Quasi-Spike from 3.0, but I just decided to make it a Bionicle spike piece because I thought that would look cooler and kind of work better with this jet design right there. As you can see, the body is pretty simple. There's really not too much to it. Unfortunately, I couldn't really cover that up because those are at an angle, and so I couldn't just run a single Technic across the bottom because it would actually interfere with how those two pieces are angled. And that's unfortunate, but you don't really see them from the bottom much, and so I don't think that looks too bad. I put 2 Lego vents down there just to give a little bit of extra detailing. And I used one of Rotor's shin pieces right there just to give him kind of a chest plate right there. Then I used some black fins on the side, on each side, just to give him a little bit more of an aerodynamic look. And I gave him 4 wings. The actual set only had 2, but I gave him 4 just because I thought 4 wings would look cooler. I was originally going to try to get 6 wings, but I didn't want to spend a lot more just to get 2 extra wings. There's not really too much else to note on this build. I did try to make the very back look kind of mechanical and like it has an engine inside of it by using one of those really weird Bionicle engine pieces. I really like those. I only have one of them, unfortunately, and so I've saved it all this time just to put right here on his back. And I put some exhaust ports right there, and I put this Hero Factory armor plate piece just to kind of give a big armor pad or armor plate to the very back. And I put some tube pieces right there just to give a little extra detailing. Unfortunately, I did not realize that that blue was going to stand out, that blue Technica right there. But far along in the build, I just couldn't do anything about it because I would have had to take everything apart. And that piece, to take the piece off that this is connecting into, it would have taken so long, and I don't actually know if I would have been able to get everything back the way it was originally. And so just that little blue sticking out does kind of bother me, but it kind of goes with the color scheme a little bit. Obviously it's a different blue than that, but it kind of goes with the blue on Rotor's shield piece right there. I used 2 of those on this build just to connect the wings. I really like that piece from 1.0, and I think that really helps this build. It's just such a useful piece, and so I used 2 of them just to connect the wings. Well, that's all I have for this review. If you don't know currently what I'm doing with my channel, I'm doing a project called 4.0 Reimagined, and that's just where I'm remaking every single set from 4.0 in my own style, trying to make the 4.0 sets as cool as possible. Here are 3 of the 18 4.0 sets. I've rebuilt 15 of the 4.0 sets in my own style. So if you'd like to see the other 12 of my 4.0 Reimagined MOCs, I'll put their links in the description. And please subscribe so you can see the other 4.0 MOCs as I review them every Wednesday. The only 3 remaining 4.0 sets that I have not built my own version of are Black Phantom, Breeze, and Rocka 4.0. So if you would like to see those, just subscribe and I'll be releasing one each Wednesday from now on. And as always, thanks for watching.